Oh, wow. Talk about technicals, man. Talk about technicals. Welcome everyone to Sunday night's Tech and Chill live stream. You know how it goes. I'm your host Ben from Lover of Tech. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking your time out to be part of this week's, recap of the tech news, especially for the mobile scene for the week. Again, thank you for your patience. It was meant to be 8:45. I was trying to get a special guest on. I was trying to get Damien on, but my internet connection is not allowing me to share the platform with my other creator buddies. So it looks like it's gonna have to be a solo man show. Yeah, unfortunately. So apologies for the delays, but my internet connection is good, but it's weird because I have to do everything of mobile tethering, which I'm grateful for. I'm not complaining. There's people in worse positions, but my home internet connection is not that great. Actually, it's not good at all to allow me to upload videos, let alone stream. Which I've got all the bandwidth on my mobile tethering, which I can stream all the way up to 4K UHD, as you know. So yeah, man, I want to make sure that the quality is up to scratch for you guys to be able to enjoy. I'm trying to look great on camera for you guys, man. Damn. Um, yeah. So apologies for the delay, man. That was literally just. Yeah, that was literally just. Okay. I'm hoping the audio sounds better because of how I've repositioned the mic up there instead of down here. Because I remember I'd be like experiencing a lot of I don't know, just table thumps. So hopefully you will not be getting. It is good, but I don't know. I just feel like there's just the video calling apps. They've kind of put some weird restrictions on, because the upload speed of 25 meg per second is perfect from OBS up. So, mate, it's annoying. I don't mind doing solo shows, but there's nothing better than getting other people like-minded but different, share opinions, bounce off each other. So, um, cool. That's literally the situation. All right, bear with me 1 minute. Bear with me 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, we're gonna kick start this off. All right, so I need to tweet this out. I'm gonna cut music. Um, that's all good. It's all good. Cut the desktop audio. Okay, yeah, I think I sound good. All right. Cool. If someone doesn't mind tweeting out the show for me, That would be much appreciated. Um. Okay. So yeah. So it's gonna be one of three topics. The main topic that we're gonna be doing tonight, as you can see in the title, the Pixel 4 is now official. The Pixel 4 is now official, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So yeah, the Pixel 4 now being official is it's good. It's good. It's officially gonna be on sale in the next 4 days. There's gonna be a lot of embargo and content coming out for it tomorrow, I suspect, which is like 3 days before it comes out. Um, I did a reaction video to the Pixel 4, so if you guys haven't watched it, yeah, go give it a watch. If you have already, it's pretty much going to be based on that, but more elaborated, I guess. So, yeah, we'll definitely kickstart it that way. Um, Let me just oh, you know what? I can't be asked to tweet it out. Technical difficulties always get me in some weird way. Um, Okay, so audio's good. How is the video? Is video good? Is there any sound delay? Is there just to get everything clear before we kickstart it? I start recording and we start going. Oh, this OnePlus 7T is so smooth. All right, so um, anyone there? Can I hear anyone? Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Someone drop me a comment. Is Are we good? Um, all good. Thank you. That's what I needed. So let me just hit the record button. Yep, SSD's recording. AF is working. Great. Bitrate's good. Right, all's good. So the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL. These phones are now official. Not much in terms of surprises. Not much in terms of, what we were expecting from Google, if there were going to be any Hail Marys or any surprises. Um, there wasn't, but there have been some few developments going through. And I pretty much expressed my feelings about the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL that and I gave this weird analogy to like one of my colleagues at work, and I was basically saying that, you know what, what's funny about the first three Pixel flagship phones, in my opinion, is that I felt like they didn't put any effort into it. I felt like it was just more, I don't know, there's arriving late and there's trying. So, when you have that friend that doesn't put any effort in but tries to blag his way through, and he tries to come to you, or he or she tries to come to you for approval, so that they can feel good that, oh, they've done something. And then it's like, nah, mate, you actually put no effort in. You didn't even bother trying, so don't even try and come to approval. Whereas I feel like the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL, it's like you can tell Google really put effort in. Like, I think they really put effort in. And I'm going to explain why they put effort in. They put effort in the fact that they went for, they put effort in the fact that they went for high quality displays by the look of it, especially the fact that, it's 90 hertz displays based on OLED. They put effort in the fact that they listened, they put more RAM. They put more effort in the fact that obviously they've got not the absolute latest chipset, but one of the most powerful Android chipset with the A55. They put an additional camera lens in there, which people are asking for, because they were like, you know what, you put an ultra wide for selfie in the front facing camera. Why didn't you do that for the rear facing camera? So there were so many things where they were like, okay, cool, and they did those things right, but then at the same time, it's like it's still almost, when I say almost, I'm saying it rationale wise, it's almost not good enough. Where you're like, you know what, mate, you really, really put the effort in. You did, like, I really saw you put the effort in. You know, we're talking about things like Project Solly with the radar tech, Face ID, or the secure facial unlock. Imagine being in a stream for 2 minutes. Couldn't be me. Oh, latest Ryan. Have a good one. Don't even listen to Alex, bro. He didn't make it to the OnePlus event, so we'll still roast him for that. You know, with the secure face unlock, Project Solid with the motion sense, you know, the 90 hertz display, the adaptive refresh 90 hertz display, and the option to still be able to force the 90 hertz display in the developer options, right? But then at the same time, it's almost like it's A or E for effort. It doesn't feel complete in that sense. But I did make case arguments for where I'm favored to really still have the Google Pixel 4 as probably the flagship phone for this year that really, really needs to be tested to see if it's more than the sum of its parts. Because the honest truth, when you look at it from a paper sheet for an Android phone, right? This is the problem that Google have. They're not using, or they are not on an exclusive platform. Whether they created it or not, Android is not an exclusive platform. There are different people eating that pie or eating that dessert, or it used to be desserts for Android. There are other manufacturers, many of them, that are enjoying the benefits of Android, right? So this is not some exclusive platform that they're on, that they can pretty much build products that won't be looked at compared to the competition, right? There is still things in there where it was a missed opportunity, you know, and this is where the concern is. And the lack of an ultra wide angle camera, I get where they've come from. They're focusing on super res zoom. They've put an additional optical lens camera in there. Great. And it looks like the picture samples for the optical zoom with super res zoom is working really well. They're really cleaning up the image really well. So that's something I've got to give to them. It's looking good. I don't want to take that away from them. But at this price point, why didn't you just add an ultra wide? I feel like the computational photography that would have got with the ultra wide, especially with things like night sight with the ultra wide angle camera. If guys like OnePlus are doing Nightscape 2.0 with the ultra wide angle camera, imagine the level that Google would have done it. Those batteries are anorexic. Honestly, I'm really, really, really struggling to understand why a 4,000 milliamp hour battery couldn't have been put in the XL, right? 3,700 is kind of reasonable, and I want to say it's kind of reasonable. Even Apple put practically a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in their 11 Pro Max, 3,969, but practically 4,000. You know, it makes a difference when you're putting such display tech in your phone, which is quad high definition plus. And again, I'm hearing rumblings that the resolution is not actually quad high definition plus. It's slightly higher at 3200 by 1800. I've seen MKBHD talk about that, and I'm thinking, is that really the case? Isn't it meant to be a 1440p panel at 3040? So I don't know, you know. Those batteries are anorexic, like they're anorexic. The smallest battery I remember seeing in a flagship phone for Android was the S10. Sorry, not the S10, sorry, the S7, the normal S7 from March 2016, the flat one, not the Edge, 3000, 2800. I don't know. I really don't know. Then there's literally the lack of no effort in video at all, in any way, shape, or form. Like no improvements, you know, like nothing, like zilch. You know, there's that too. And there's the concern with face unlock. So I'm going to switch to the desktop and pretty much show you this. Okay. Because this, I'm gonna switch here. Sorry. This is a big point of concern. This is a big point of concern because you went all balls deep. You went all balls deep. You went all in. No fingerprint scanner. You're saying that we're just gonna do an Apple. Let's just call it that. We're gonna do an Apple. We're gonna go and make the most usable and fastest face unlock on a security level. Hence why you've got motion sense, which I've said it. Motion sense works amazing for the fact that it detects your hand and it knows and starts preparing it and scans. It works seamlessly, but at the expense of the fact that you don't have that level of security where it unlocks with your eyes closed. Point number one, excuse number one. Where the Pixel 4 is now running into is running into a phone where potentially we're going to have to start making excuses for it. And that's my worry. This is not a place where Google needed to be, where people need to make excuses for it, right? This is a glaring omission. For me, in my opinion, this is a problem, right? The fact that someone can unlock your phone with your face, with your eyes closed when you're sleeping, is a big problem. It's a very big problem. So, you know, seeing Chris Fox was the one that pretty much demonstrated this, and that's a big worry. That's a big worry. And for it to make it on BBC News, for the tech scene, that's a big worry, right? That's point number one. That's not a good place to be in terms of ensuring people that it's going to work. Now, in terms of the biometric security level, how secure is it, and will it be supported for those apps that needed your fingerprint scanner, just because of the fact that this shows that it's not that secure? I it does worry me. I hope they get that updated. I hope they get that sorted quickly, because if that's going to be your main and only form of biometric authentication, yeah, that's a big worry. Next one is this lovely tweet from Google. This is another well replied and well explaining. Explained. So someone asked Google in terms of obviously the Pixel 4 series, it doesn't support 4K 60, and it says, hi, Pixel 4 supports 4K video recording on the rear camera at 30 FPS. We find that majority of users stick with 1080p, so we focus our energy on improving our quality in this mode versus enabling a 4K 60 FPS mode that could use up to half a gigabyte of storage per minute. Fine. I love that explanation. I do love that explanation. I do. You've owned it. You've explained it. Does that mean your phone should be costing that much? Does that mean your phone should be costing that much in the arena that you're playing in? What quality have you actually then improved for your video? Did you mention any improvements to quality for video? Did you let anyone know if you've done anything to improve the bit rate, the video quality output, the colors, the features, the stabilization? That worries me. You've given an explanation. Is it now justified for your phones to cost that much at that storage capacity when you don't have a 256 option and you only give 64 and 128? That's point number two. Second, a lot of people that have the devices early are going through phases where they're having to disable things or change things and try and get better battery, especially from the normal Pixel 4, and it's not working. It's working. It's giving you, whether it's turning it down to 60 FPS, which kind of defeats the object of having a 90 hertz display. Putting it into dark mode, which, cool, that works. And disabling the motion sense radar, because apparently the motion sense radar is really, really, really taking a lot of battery, apparently. apparently, right? We're gonna have to see long-term reviews to really see if that's true or not. But apparently, based on the fact that that radar sense for Soli, for motion sense, is constantly scanning for any movements, any gestures, whether it's you picking up your phone, changing, it's taking a massive hit to the battery. So I'm now thinking all these reasons are good. All these reasons are justified. On top of not being able to be in India because of the radar tech not being certified to be able to be used there, right? All these explanations that you've given, fine. Should your phone cost this much? That's what worries me. That's what worries me. Now, I gave credit to Google where credit was due that unlike Apple, Apple have no sense of currency exchange. I don't think currency exchange applies to them in any way, shape, or form. And that's something that so many people have made excuses for, as in, oh, it's Brexit, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. This is one of the reasons why they can't do it. You know, there's been so many things thrown at them for why they're charging US dollars, but yet in UK it's more expensive. It's not even marked the same. It's more expensive. So let me switch the desktop. And a lot of people were surprised. I put this tweet out and I said the base model Pixel 4, normal Pixel 4 UK price is 669. US is 799, right? iPhone 11 UK price is 729. iPhone 11 USA price 699. Apple currency exchange does not matter. So anyone that makes excuses for Apple about it's because of Brexit, it's because of this, it's because of that, hence why the price is higher, or they didn't exchange it, bull, nonsense. Every other manufacturer does a currency exchange properly to some extent where it makes a bit of sense, right? So if you do a currency exchange of 799 US dollars to UK pounds, right, it's about £630, right? Add £50 tax to it, then you've got that 669 price for the Pixel 4. Makes sense. That's justified. So this is where Tom from TechBite put a tweet out that which one would you buy, the Pixel 4 or the iPhone 11? I said it depends where you are, because actually to me, that price difference for the Pixel 4 minus the ultra wide angle camera against the iPhone 11, the Pixel 4 has a way better screen, like miles. The screen on the iPhone 11 doesn't even come close, right? The fact that you get a fast charger in the box, so you benefit from fast charging. Preferably, I think Android 10 is a better operating system than iOS, but that one is just more subjective. It's down to preference. Again, I will get to your comments. And you still get wireless charging, and depending on who you are, whether you want the ultra wide or the zoom, they do have additional cameras based on their priorities. And the zoom, the super res zoom on the Pixel 4 works like a flipping beast. It does. It works really well. I've got to give them that. A shame there's no ultra wide, but cool. Both have dual lenses. So actually in the UK, someone asks me, I would say get the Pixel 4 over the iPhone 11 if you don't care about the operating system that you're going to use, right? But I'm now still saying that for your bigger devices, right, at £8 to £9, 64 gigabytes, 6 gig RAM, should your phone be costing that much if these features are not there? And that's where I'm torn. I can't indefinitely say yes, it shouldn't be costing that much, or no. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. And you know, technically T, one of my guys in America, great content, go check him out. He pretty much, you know, said people complaining about 4K 60 and whatnot. And the argument, it wasn't even the argument I was making, but what I was trying to state to him is that phones are so good now, especially when you get to the high end, that unfortunately, when you critique these products against the arena that they're in, especially when it's Android and not iOS, even with iOS, especially with Android, yeah, that when you jump into a certain price arena, right, these are the level of critiques that are going to be coming your way. They're going to be coming your way. And the thing is, this is probably where I probably need to do a video and say why tech reviews, especially for flagship phones, are just getting very petty. But unfortunately, to the normal consumer or anyone buying it, it doesn't matter to them too much, right? It depends on where they can get the phone, how much they're going to pay, and the deal that they're gonna get, and if they like the feel of the phone and the features that they get, right? That's what matters ultimately. And this is where I want to give praise to Google, because in the UK as well as America, the Pixel 4 is their first device where pretty much you can buy it from any network, right? Especially for America. In the UK, bar one network, which is O2, and the third-party retailers such as Carphone Warehouse, you can buy the Pixel 4, and the deals are phenomenal, very aggressive, right? So it just means that in terms of reach and accessibility, more people can buy the Pixel 4 against, to me, the better phone to purchase, which is the OnePlus 7T, which is only available in 3, John Lewis and Amazon, right? But again, buying this phone outright, $549, worth every penny. So if you've got that spare change, do it. That's the advantage that they have. But then it really just comes down to the arena that they're playing in Google right now at the price points that you're charging, especially for the ones that people should be getting. So for example, the 128 gig models at these flagship prices is what you should be getting, right? So 769 for the 128 gig model of the Pixel 4, I think is great. And then you're looking at phones like the Pixel 4 XL, 128 gigabytes. That one is 929, pretty much slightly under $1,000. Great that it's under $1,000 by a decent amount to some extent, right? By £70, but it's practically there, right? Should they be costing this much if certain options are not there, such as much bigger batteries, much faster charging, much faster wireless charging, right? Higher storage capacities, a much more secure face unlock, even though it's really, really fast and it's secure, right? Better support in that in apps that support that biometric unlock. A slightly nicer looking phone, which the design is actually very functional, so I don't actually have too much of a problem with. And not having an ultra wide angle camera, not improving the selfie camera. Actually, let me not say not improving the selfie camera. It is improved, but you took away the ultra wide one. You made it wider, but in terms of photo quality, I guess it's improved. In terms of video, no. So my question of, this is the first flagship phone to be announced where it really, really needs to be tested. It's like it genuinely needs to be tested to really find out that is the Google Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL more than the sum of their parts. Now, I had the chance to hold the Pixel 4, the normal Pixel 4, the smaller one, 5.7 inches in gloss black, and I felt it was just a bit too small. There is a place for phones that small, but something about it just felt way too small compared to when I held the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11, 5.8, 6.1 inches. Those phones felt like Goldilocks in the hand. They just felt right, especially the iPhone 11, right? Something about the normal Pixel 4, as nice as it was, as much as I didn't like the gloss back, I preferred the matte, felt a little bit too small and it felt like a toy. That was the only problem. And then I had a chance to feel the Pixel 4 XL in white with the matte frosted back. That felt really nice. The side rails, soft materials, really premium. That matte frosted back for the white and the also orange felt really nice for the XL. The XL feels like, again, a more of a phone of my size that I would use. But the normal Pixel 4, in my opinion, IMO, felt a little bit too small. So that's kind of what I wanted to drop on the Pixel, and the Pixel 4 is great. I really feel like Google put their best effort. I felt like this time, and this is where I want to give praises to them. I felt like this time they put their best foot forward. They put all their effort in. And it's almost like I said, you're looking at that friend that didn't put any effort in for so long when everyone was just way ahead. And now they put all their effort in. They really, really went for it. And you can be like, mate, you've gotten here. You made such a big effort. Well done. But actually, when you look around you and you're looking around the people that are doing stuff around you, from your Huawei's to Samsungs to OnePlus to Realme, next topic, to Oppo, you're looking at people that play in your Android arena and they are doing bits. They're doing bits either at the same price point for more, lower price point for more, higher price point, but it's a really, really standout feature that they're really putting out in these phones, you know? Whether it's selfies that are really, really that good in terms of crisp quality, video quality, you know, whatever it is, they are doing stuff at that premium price point of £1,000 or more that doesn't automatically still justify them to cost that much, but actually makes you think, why, we're in this arena at this price point. You know, you've got whether it's desktop support, big batteries, fast wireless charging, super fast charging when you're charging your phones in less than an hour. Some phones are charging in less than half an hour now. You know, should your phones be costing this much if so many of these things are missing? And if it does, what are the reasons for it to still cost that much without these things there? Because what I don't want for Google to fall into that trap, and what I didn't want Google to fall into that trap, is to become the excuse making flagship phone for Android for 2019. Just because we want it to be so good, unless it genuinely is more than the sum of its parts. So I'm going to come back to you guys. That's kind of my opinions on it. Please do go watch my reaction video to the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL. And I'm going to run through your comments now. EE is bad. EE is good. They're holding down the stream. Again, your stream is brought to you live in 4K UHD. So click that gear icon. If you've got the bandwidth, you can watch this in 1440p or 2160p 4K UHD. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't want me to do a video call so I can screen capture on Skype or Discord and talk to you guys. All of a sudden, it just doesn't want to play ball. So I'm going to find a way to fix it. There has to be a way to fix it. I've got unlimited data with crazy bandwidth for download and upload. We'll make it happen. What's good, Ryan? Ryan said good. Tech focus. Okay. Damien Wild. I do prefer zoom to ultra wide, but they should both be in a phone costing £1,000. This we are this is what I mean about, we are being spoilt with so much good options right now that phones that are costing, right, 549, phones that are costing 1,000, phones that are costing less, phones that are costing more are doing both. The argument of which one do you prefer or not got killed this year. In the past, LG was really pushing ultra wide, other manufacturers were pushing zoom, and it became that question of, we are at a point we can have all three. At this price point, why not have all three? Why are we having this argument of you prefer zoom or ultra wide? So many of these manufacturers, from Oppo, Realme, OnePlus, Apple, Samsung, right, have killed the argument of which one do you prefer. You can have it all, at each of them have high quality. I think 3700 was a fair upgrade from the 3043 on the Pixel 4 XL, but again, it also has an only time where, Alex, this is the problem, Alex. When you look at it, this is what I mean about within their own right, they made an effort, but around them, in terms of the competition, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. You're looking at what Huawei are doing at 4,500, Samsung at 4,300, OnePlus at 4,085. You know, their smaller phone is 3,800. It's a good effort from them, but when it's like when you finish your projects and no one's watching, you turn around and you reckon, oh wow, I put in all this effort, but yet look still how far everyone is. Like, I was already far. I've caught up a bit more, but actually I'm still far behind. You know, so that's my argument. Max J, welcome. I didn't get notified, but hey, sorry, apologies. YouTube still hates my channel because I've been lazy, so I'm trying to break the habit so it can send notifications out to you guys. But please do turn the notification bell icon on. Wait, isn't that what Apple fans have been doing for decades, making excuses for Apple? Yes. No, it's a fact. It's a fact. There have been, but from when Apple are doing have made bigger strides this year in their flagship phones, you know, from the triple cameras, improving the selfie, really, really big batteries, putting a fast charger in, you know, it's still not complete. I've done all my roastings for them. But the problem that Google are almost falling into a trap is that they're almost falling into a trap where they're making Apple look good, and it's almost like they're following Apple, but they're one step behind, right? When Apple was doing dual lens with telephoto from 2017, they were stubborn doing a single lens. Then Apple moved to ultra wide, you know. Then Apple moved to ultra wide, and they did their triple lens camera. Now you've added your second camera, but you're now doing dual. So it's almost like you're two steps behind, like 2 years behind from when they were doing dual cameras from the iPhone 10, even before then. And then you've now gone balls deep to do Face ID, which there's probably rumors next year that they're bringing back Touch ID, right? Perfected into the in-display fingerprint scanner, as well as using with their Face ID. You've brought your Face ID out, which when you first showed it, wow, really fast with motion sense, much, much quicker. And then there's this big security flaw that's making it onto the news. You know, that's a big worry. You know, so maybe Google wants Google apologists. Maybe they do. Tech enthusiasts, great explanation, but at the end of the day, the users should decide if they want 60 FPS or not. Leave the option, and I agree, especially at that price point. This is the argument of, I love the explanation, you've owned it, you've taken responsibility, great. Now the question is, should your phone be charged, or should your phone... I thought I heard something. Should your phone be that expensive if these key features in this price arena for Android is not there, right? In Google, right, you don't have bricks and mortar, right? When it comes to, how can I put it? You don't have bricks and mortar, you don't have retail stores. When it comes to UK and US, you do not have the retail front like Samsung and Apple. So what is your exact overhead that you're charging people, right? In terms of why it should be costing that much if these features are not if these features are not there. That's the real question now. Ryan, did Realme mention any pricing and availability of the X2 Pro for UK? Doubt it. They've been making it very clear that this is something that they're releasing for Europe. They released it and announced it in Spain. You're gonna have to import that. You're gonna have to import that. So it's something that you're going to have to import. I doubt Realme are going to be bringing the Realme X2 Pro to the UK. So it's something that I think you're just going to have to import. Yeah, Android 10 is leaps and bounds ahead of iOS. Preferably, I 100% agree. 100% agree. I think the improvements to Android 10 is refinement at its best, especially the gestures. Dark mode is even better on the app and a system level, you know. Like, as much as OnePlus have had dark mode on their phones for like 2 years or more, dark mode with Android 10, especially on an app level, is miles better. Miles better. You know, I'm enjoying dark mode on Instagram. I'm enjoying dark mode on Twitter even more. I'm enjoying dark mode on YouTube. And David Rahimi from Phone Buff did a amazing video of dark mode versus light mode on the iPhone 11 Pro with the OLED screens for apps that use dark mode. And the battery usage difference is phenomenal. Like, we're talking about an extra 30 to 40% battery difference if you're using dark mode apps on an OLED screen. So, yeah, that's my opinions on the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL. I genuinely need and want to test these phones because I need to really understand if they are more than the sum of their parts, because at the moment it's just not confidence inspiring for me personally. So yeah. Tech Focus top spec is €499. Yeah, 100%. So if you guys have any more questions on the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL, any more opinions, drop them now. I'll give you 2 minutes and we are going to move on to the next topic, which is the Realme X2 Pro. Wow. Woohoo. Dun, 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 dun. Bam. All right. I think the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL. I think I've been fair to the Pixel 4. I don't think I've bashed it in any way. I think I've just shared concerns, but I think I've been more praising the Pixel 4 series, and I'm just gonna wait until I can test it out. Curious about your opinions on the astrophotography capabilities. It's not something I necessarily care about, even though I do respect the fact that it's doing what it's doing and it's mixing it. One thing I do respect about what Google did with their astrophotography is that they did say that it is using computational photography. So they owned it. They didn't try and say it was purely coming from the phone's hardware. It's something where they're using their databases to kind of fill in the gaps and stuff. So they owned it. It's impressive. I think it's on the tripod and it can go up to like 4 minutes or something like that. I don't think I would use it personally, but okay, it's there. It's there. I don't want to shun it to make it seem like, oh, it's a crap feature, but I think we all wanted an ultra wide and we wanted a bit more focus on video as well at that price point. Astrophotography, ultra wide, better video, as well as improved photo at that price point with what other Android manufacturers have done, which is where they're playing, that's the arena that they're playing in, is a bit of a point of concern. I just feel the Pixel seems a bit lackluster this time round. That's the unfortunate thing. You can't help but feel that way, but you need to test it to see if it's more than the sum of its parts. Pixel 4 for the win, mate. Good luck with that battery with the normal Pixel 4. If you're saying Pixel 4 XL, maybe, but that Pixel 4, good luck. Texel in the house. Yeah, okay. Let's switch over. Next topic. I have talked about this phone to death. I picked it up on a whim. And shout out to, Ryan for being able to be pretty much the only one to do a proper, more than half decent review on the Realme X2 Pro. Wow. Let's run through the official specs. We knew some glimpses. Me and Damien did a live stream collab with it. We talked about the X2 Pro. Wow. So, running through the specifications, you're looking at the screen, display, Super AMOLED, great. Because the biggest concern at the price point that they were bringing this phone out, with the rumors that I heard, was that this was going to be an LCD panel. This is a Super AMOLED display, right? Apparently it goes up to 1000 nits. This probably is the same screen that you do find in the OnePlus 7T. And if that's the case, this is one of my favorite screens of all time. If it's practically that same screen at 90 Hz, with the same new aspect ratio, with the same PPI, with the same 2400 by 1080p resolution, with HDR10 Plus support and DCI-P3, wow, that's impressive. The first glaring omission for me is the fact that it's not running Android 10, ColorOS 6.1. I've never used ColorOS before, but I'm just going to be biased and say straight away that OnePlus has the best Android software, and I don't think it's going to touch it. I don't even think it's going to come close to it. I've never experienced software so smooth and cohesive compared to the 7T. I'm being serious. And like, my 5G model is on the last version of Android 9 until it gets Android 10. I want it on Android 10 so bad, because as much as it's fast, the smoothness of Android 10 on the 7T, I just sometimes sit there and just unlock and lock the phone and swipe for the sake of it. It's so like, OnePlus, software. So that's the first thing. Snapdragon 855 Plus. No SD card slot, I'm not surprised. And the SKUs. 64 gigabytes for the base model at 6 gig RAM, and it's using UFS 2.1, and that one starts at 399 euros. Now the mid SKUs, where is that, man? 8 gig, 128 gig storage, 449 euros. Now the top spec overkill one is 12 gig RAM, 256 gig storage, UFS 499. Wow. £50, £50, £50. £50 difference. They smashed it. Oh, look at video. 4K 60. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, whether people use it or not, the hardware's there. It's there, you know. Oh, super slow motion's there. Selfie camera probably is similar, if not the same as the OnePlus 7T, 16 megapixels f2.0. Same video features there. Would have loved to seen better, but at this price point, it's forgiven. Again, price allows forgiveness. This is another lesson. Dual speakers with Dolby Atmos, great. A headphone port. Wow. A headphone jack. They actually fit the headphone jack. In-display fingerprint scanner, optical. I don't know if it's as good as the 7T, because the 7 for optical in-display fingerprint scanners, the 7T and the 7 Pro and the 7T Pro, best in class. For optical in-display fingerprint scanners, best in class. But, oh man, 50-watt SuperVOOC 2.0 flash charge. 100% in basically 30 minutes or less. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Seriously. Crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. Now, for the camera, I'd love to see a bit more on the camera. Hardware-wise, the main camera sensor is 1/1.7 inch, which is bigger than a half-inch sensor in the 7T. But effectively, it's saying 64 megapixels, but this is the newer generation ones that are 64 megapixels as well as 108 megapixels. So the 108 megapixel sensors are, you know, I need to do my investigation whether it's the correct term to say pixel binning, pixel merging, or tetracell merging, but effectively scaling down 4 pixels into one, where you're getting 27 megapixel images for the 108 megapixel sensors and 60 megapixel images with these 64 megapixel sensors. So the pixel size effectively doubles to 1.6 microns when it happens. This is probably in their manual or pro mode. It's using face detection autofocus. Now, the zoom isn't really that impressive because of the f-stop at f2.4 compared to f2.2 or less on other new phones. It's only ×2. It's not winning any awards here. The ultra wide is definitely not winning any awards at all. So don't expect the ultra wide to be any good because, you know, it's only 115 degrees field of view compared to 117 on the Pro, and the Pro has a sharper resolution at 16 megapixels compared to 8, relative to how important that is to the sensor size. And you know, you've got the Zenfone and the Samsungs where they're doing 125, 123, 120 on the iPhone. The ultra wide is just basically, to me, kind of pants. I don't think it's ultra wide enough. Depth sensor for portrait mode. Do you really need it? I think they just added it there to have a branding for quad camera. I think this depth sensor at 2 megapixels is completely pointless. You can get the same depth information from the second telephoto. I don't know why they're not using it from there. I think it's just to make it like, oh, at this price you get 4 cameras, you know. So that's one critique I'm gonna give it. ColorOS is a critique I'm gonna give it. In terms of reach and accessibility, where and how and where you can buy it is another thing. So again, because of minimal overheads and the fact that it's not going in carrier stores, you're only buying it on, you know, like retailers online and stuff. But man, overall, if there was a way you could, you know, unlock the bootloader and just put like a stock Android ROM on there, in this case I would do it, because the specs for what you're getting, wow. I don't know, maybe I'm fanboying or fangirling over this phone too much. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe it's not what it actually is on paper, right? But I'm trusting someone like Ryan. He used it, he reviewed it, and you know, it seemed like it impressed him enough where this potentially could be the actual new flagship killer. It could be. It genuinely could be. Because I'll be very, very honest, I am actually impressed with this phone. I'm impressed with this phone to the point where that middle SKU at 449, I might buy it, import it, and keep this phone. Seriously. Okay, they've got dark mode. Alright. They've got dark mode. Which with that OLED screen makes a big difference. Specs. I'm just looking at this and I'm just shocked that this phone exists. I thought this phone was gonna come out and be completely pants. 4K 60. Not important, obviously. Base model is UFS 2.1, so I'll definitely go for the middle SKU because UFS 3.0 is clutch, much better for long-term performance. So 8 gig. Guys, I cannot lie to you. I picked up the attention on this phone on a whim, and I'll be very, very honest. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. I'm genuinely impressed with what I'm seeing. I am. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, look. 399, 449, 499. Yeah. I might do that. I might actually get this phone. Seriously. That's so weird. That is so weird. That is so strange. That is so strange. Genuinely so strange. And it's still got a headphone port, if that matters. Let's see what Bluetooth spec it has. Is it Bluetooth 5.0? Does it have aptX HD support? I don't think so. Bluetooth 5.0. I don't think it's got aptX support. aptX aptX HD with Qualcomm, but well bloody done, Realme. Your first true flagship phone, even after a very good review, and even without a review, is actually really good. Wow. I want to say more. I really want to say more. Okay, let me get your opinion. So, Techzilla, pixels are always lackluster. We've talked about pixels enough. Sup, dude, sup. Ultra wide is a must in 2019 flagship. Yeah, I feel sorry for LG because they really pushed it and pioneered it. But yeah, ultra wide. It's just at that price point, you just gotta have it, man. You just gotta have it. If not, why you don't charge certain things? You know, don't charge certain things. One thing I worry about phones like this is software support starting at 100% should be something that you should be worried about. You should be 100% worried about. But do you know what? At that price point, what do you expect? You kind of have to manage your expectations, and this is what I mean about price is such a big forgiving factor when it comes to certain things. That when you price it at certain things, right? At certain price points, you're either forgiven or you're not forgiven. You either get slaughtered or you don't get slaughtered. You either get petty criticized or not. This is the arena right now. Price right now, to me, is the biggest forgiving factor. So you have every right to be concerned at the software, but please tell me at that price point, what other phone is offering what it's offering? That's what you've got to answer yourself. So then you have to look at whatever software you're going to get or support you're going to get or not get. That's what happens at that price point. That was Google knocking at your door. Realme just killed it. I think they did. Now, again, manage your expectations. This isn't a phone that you're going to go into your network stores and ask them for it. Most of those guys in the stores, they're not tech heads. They're salespeople, right? They've probably never heard of the Realme X2, or they've probably even never heard of Realme. This is a phone you have to buy and you have to import. Simple. This is a phone that even if you live in Europe that sells it, you have to buy online. You're not going to get in carrier stores, right? Network stores are not gonna be carrying it. So manage your expectations. This is a purely import phone. You take your risk. You do what you need to do from there. But personally, away from all of that, right? Realme killed it. But yet it impresses me more that at the same 8 gig 128 gig storage for £180 more, depending on the euros, right? The OnePlus 7T is a much more accessible product. The software is this. It impresses me even more. They have more overhead, but they're charging $549 for this price. I'm more impressed with the 7T. But kudos to Realme for the X2 Pro. They killed it. I think they killed it. I think they killed it. Credit where credit's due. Hey bro, glad to join your stream again. What did I miss? Ezekiel, what's good? What's good, fam? Tom, Tech Bite review. Late to the party, but hello, friend. Welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it on the floor for 2 minutes. Again, your stream is brought to you live in 4K UHD, so click the gear icon and watch it in 1440p if you've got the bandwidth, or in 2160p 4K UHD. Yeah, we just finished the second topic. We're gonna go on to the last topic, and the second topic was giving praise to Realme X2. Realme for their X2 Pro, their first truly flagship phone. Please do go and watch Ryan Thomas Shaw's review on Android Authority. Did a banging job on there. Nice, short, punchy, concise, straight to the point review, about 6-7 minutes. I think Realme killed it. I've laid out my concerns, but even away from that, at that price point of €399, €449, and a top spec at 12 gig RAM, 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage. Disclaimer: the base model 64 gigabytes is UFS 2.1 storage. So please, if you do buy it, buy minimum the middle SKU at 8 gig 128 gig storage with UFS 3.0. It is worth that extra €50 that you're gonna pay. They killed it. I think they killed it. Sue me. Come at me if I'm wrong. I think they killed it. I haven't even checked it out. I'll go have to watch it. Watch it. The Realme X2 Pro will surprise you. It will genuinely surprise you. This is not me saying it's a perfect phone, but at €449, it will surprise you. Realme chose to never settle. I guess so. The fact that they kept the headphone port, I guess so. And a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, I guess so. And the price point, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Realme. They kept it real. Pun intended. All right, fellas. Okay. Okay, guys, is there any audio delay between my voice and the video? Has anyone picked up on any audio delay between the voice and the video? This is Realme's way of getting noticed, yeah. And I think they've done a good enough job to get noticed. I think they've done a good enough job to get noticed. Yeah. Really surprised. I'm really surprised a phone like that, you know. Third topic, don't want it. Cool. Third topic it is. Third topic it is. Okay, cool. We're going to move over to the third topic. So let me try and find it. Bear with me. Bear with me. ASPYT. I just need to find a tweet that's gonna help the narrative. Sorry if you've already discussed, haha. Is that the phone coming to? Is that phone coming to? No, just Europony. So it's in euros. You're gonna have to import it. Order it from their website. It can ship to UK, and I think it's completely worth it. I mean, it's completely worth it. Okay. I'm gonna switch to desktop. HSBC UK Business Banking. Look at what's been circled. So this tweet is from ASBYT, Adam. Fingerprint login disabled on the S10 devices until further update. So this is just tits up pants for Samsung right now. Complete pants for them right now. So Samsung unfortunately did a software update on their S10s and their phones with the in-display fingerprint scanner, and Farouk from iPhone Do actually did a really good video on it. Three minutes, very concise. I'll probably link it after the show. And okay, good. We're just over the hour. Pixel 4 is releasing on the 28th, no, 24th in the next 4 days. 24th in the next 4 days. Yeah, so back to the original topic. So Farouk from iPhone Do did a really good video where there's this new vulnerability on Samsung phones with their ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanners where any finger or any thumb can actually unlock it with a gel case laid over the top of it. Now, I do not know. First, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I do not know anyone that's gonna put their gel case like this, right? I do not know anyone that's gonna wear a gel case like that, right? But when major banking apps and major apps that depend on biometric authentication actually disable your biometric security feature or doesn't support it, you have a problem. This is the same thing with the whole Google Face ID or secure face unlock, that situation that they've got on with how you can open it with your eyes closed and stuff, right? So I'm gonna debunk this based on realistic situation, right? No one's gonna put a gel case reverse. Maybe a plastic screen protector might be a problem, right? That might affect it because it's probably reading more of the plastic screen protector than your fingerprint, but no one's going to be putting a gel case in reverse. And it's a gel case that you have to put on there and set up with, by the looks of it, that's causing that problem. Samsung have acknowledged that problem, so they know it's a problem. They need to fix it, right? All this now justifies and shows is that their ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner compared to right now, which OnePlus for me has one of, if not the best optical in-display fingerprint sensor, it seems like the optical fingerprint scans, the optical in-display fingerprint sensor has found the right balance of speed and security, right, compared to the traditional hardware fingerprint scanners that we used to have at the back, Touch ID at the front, the capacitive ones. Before we started doing all of this stuff, it looks like the optical in-display fingerprint scanner has now been justified as the best compromise to improve on. This is really bad. Maybe I'm over exaggerating it. I definitely want to put a disclaimer. Compared to the Pixel 4, where there's more realistic situations where someone can use your phone and your face to unlock your phone when your eyes are closed and when you're sleeping, compared to someone that's going to put a gel case in reverse on the front rather than a gel case as it should be put on the correct way on the phone, I don't see many people that are going to face that problem. But where it is a problem, and Samsung ever not acknowledged it is when your important apps that depend on your biometric unlock, i.e., your banking apps and stuff, disable your unlocking biometric feature on your phone at that price point because of that security vulnerability, you've done a bad job. I'm sorry. You've not done a good job. So it's a short one, just so we're over the hour. Um, just over the hour. You know, I just wanted to kind of show this that mistakes happen. It was in a pursuit of absolute speed, and then it got compromised. It got vulnerable. I'm sure they're gonna fix this, but the problem with Samsung in terms of updating things over the air, so much fragmentation because of the different processes and the different platforms that they use and hardware-wise internally with their phone, how they work with networks in terms of pushing these OTA updates out. They are nowhere near as efficient as Apple. They're not even close to OnePlus's level of software updates, right? It might take a bit more time than people expect it to take. So that's unfortunate for S10 and Note 10 users that are using the ultrasonic fingerprint scanners. So if you had a software update to do it for any improvements for speed of the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, don't do it. Do not do it. All right. That was literally a quick release thing. I've given up on Samsung for a bit. I mean, you just don't like Samsung because they don't look after you as well as Huawei and the rest. I can't stand the fingerprint sensor on my Note 10 Plus. The ultrasonic fingerprint sensor makes sense, right? In theory, because of it being more secure, more ultrasonic sounds where it gives you a much more 3D depth information of your fingerprint. But it's so inconsistently rubbish. The hit rate on this in-display fingerprint scanner for the 7 Pro, 7T Pro, and the 7T, again, bellissimo. I'm just not feeling Samsung phones this year. Come on, Samsung phones are good this year, man. They're not that bad. They've pushed boundaries. That Note 10 Plus is sick. Fingerprint sensor is crap on the S, and unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, there are some cases you can buy online that protect the front and the back at the same time, so get a gel on the front too. Boy, then that makes things even worse because I was trying to defend them. I was trying to actually put real world use case scenarios out there. If you're saying that, that's not a good look. That's not a good look for them at all. You can get 360 cases where the front is clear TPU. Boy, Samsung, these guys are telling you that you can get cases where they're put at the front. So game over for you. You need to fix that ASAP. My Note 10 screen is slow versus the OnePlus. In fact, they're not even close. They're not even in the same league. In terms of end real world usability, the optical in-display fingerprint scanner on here wipes the floor of the ultrasonic. So keep all that security that you've made vulnerable now. Not even close. Not even on the same level. Techzilla, let me ask you something, lover of tech, i.e. myself. Yes, is it me or are flagship phones messing up this year? The more expensive, the more problems. Yeah, ask Glenn. The problems I've had with that, and this is exactly where I'm telling people right now that why is it that these phones that are sub 600 are having less quality control issues compared to these bigger, more expensive ones? And this is what I mean. Flagship phone reviews are getting petty. Not even getting petty, they are petty, right? But the problem is that because these phones have gotten so good, they get so much marketing, they get so much hype, they get so much accolades for all the great things that they do. How else are we meant to critique them? Or do we just make excuses for omissions and glaring omissions and quality control problems? What, because we love the brand and we have an emotional attachment to these phones? Why are the lower end phones not having these quality control issues? And even when they are, they're getting better support. Or you're not noticing them, or you can forgive them more because the pricing is so good for what you're getting day to day, right? I'm going to wrap up all three. The Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL is almost falling into a trap. If Google are not careful, that it will be the flagship phone for Android this year that you make the most excuses for. And I think if that's going to be the approach that we have the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL, it's a shame. It's understandable, but it's a damn shame that it's a phone that we have to make excuses for in the arena and the price point that it's playing at. That's my opinion. We can argue about no one uses 4K 60, no one uses this, no one uses that, no one uses that. We could talk about so many people that buy cars that have so many optional extras. At that price point, do you think they're not going to offer it against their competition in that same arena? Why is your car costing that much more? It should cost less if it doesn't have those features. That's the right way to do it. Phones shouldn't be any different in this price arena when you're asking for £1,000 thereabouts or more, or slightly less. You don't have these features? I'm sorry. Why is your phone costing that much more? You have to now give reasons, not excuses. Why is it costing that much more? You and me both, Techzilla. Battery life is shocking on the Note 10 Plus. Battery on my Note 10 Plus was so bad I had to return it. That's the Exynos. It's the Exynos model. The Exynos model is not good at all. Nah, bro. OnePlus killing it. This 549. 549. A shame more carriers don't have this. That's the biggest downside. That not enough carriers are carrying this. But 549 for the best Android software experience, or the best software experience arguably on any phone that you will ever use. Top hardware, 549, and you are going to get the best long-term support on any phone. Forget flagship phone, any phone. Come on, game, you know. The Exynos is straight garbage. Unfortunately, you know, I still want them to keep developing on an Exynos model. It's just not on Qualcomm's level. It's definitely not on Apple's level when it comes to power management. Hence why iPhone 11 Pro Max is the battery king. I think, oh man, crazy. Sorry lads, slammed that work. Dave West, a young Welshman in the house. What's good? Hey Glenn, Dave West. Look how good the Oppo Reno 2 is, and the OnePlus and the Realme. Pixel 4 doesn't get my vote this year at all. Dull design, no ultra wide, ugly colors too. I don't blame you for saying that. We just have to hope that if you use the Google Pixel 4 XL especially, and do have to admit that frosted matte back is really nice. If you use the Pixel 4 XL, we just have to hope it's more than the sum of its parts. But I'm just worried that deep down, it's just an E for effort. It's just an effort phone. It's the best effort Google have made for themselves. But when they finished making that effort, they came out of their shell and they realized that the competition around them is still so far ahead. It's just still so far ahead. Whereas the previous three flagship phones, not the Pixel A, not the A series, the flagships, right? No effort. Sorry. I don't care what anyone can pitch to me. The first three Pixel flagship phones were zero effort phones. This is a well done effort phone from Google. Well done. You made the effort. But potentially, until the phone comes out on the 24th, people use it, people buy it. You have to prove that you are more than the sum of your parts, which I'm worried, especially for the smaller phone and even for the big XL, that it might not be more than the sum of its parts enough to justify the arena that they're playing in right now. So, yeah. iPhone 11 Pro Max is too expensive, but nothing new. Oh well, that's Apple. They have exclusive hardware and software, so you can criticize how good that hardware and software is, but it's exclusive. They're playing in their own field, so they can do that. They're in the league of their own. I hate admitting it, but Apple are low key in a league of their own, so they'll charge 100% charge. Right, Tech and Chill show done. 3 topics. Pixel 4. Second topic, Realme X2 Pro. Well done, Realme. You've actually impressed me. You've left me speechless. And that's a very hard thing to do in the tech scene, for the mobile scene. So, shout out to anyone that actually says mobile phones are boring. I don't think they are. I still defend the mobile tech scene and the mobile phone scene, that I think it's getting even more exciting as we're getting on. And it's going to get even more exciting into the next decade. So, watch the space. And Samsung, fix your security. Your main biometric unlock feature is getting disabled in apps that need it. And when that happens, you have a problem. Great, you've acknowledged it. Fix it ASAP, right? Just accept that the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner is slow. Trying to make it faster is going to make it more vulnerable. Just don't. Just accept it for what it is. Develop it properly on a hardware level for the next generation products. You can't make it any faster and any better. It's not on the optical fingerprint scanners level, so you lose. But people don't update their iPhones for years because they have the best long-term support, because it's hardware and software that's exclusive to them that they can manage. That's why you pay. And they have bricks and mortar. Apple have the strongest retail presence for any mobile phone manufacturer, even alongside Samsung. Not just in UK and Europe, but on a global level. They are the gold standard, unfortunately. So you pay. You 100% pay, bruh. 100% pay. Oh, the Canon C500 Mark II. Okay. The full frame, yeah, because it cost them an arm and a leg. Yeah. But yeah, I have no affiliation with Realme, but anyone that imports that phone, I think you've got a steal in your hand. But go for the middle SKU. Go for the middle SKU. Don't go for the low end SKU, 6 gig RAM, 64 gig storage. Go for 8 gig RAM, 128. Worth it in the long run. All right, cool. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. That is Tech and Chill done for tonight, guys. That is it done. So let's have a bit of downtime. Let's talk. Let's talk. What's good? Talk to me. Talk to your boy. Talk to me, darling. Cheers. Hollering at man, winking, smiling, wanna attack man. Um, flagship Apple flagship phones, 5 years minimum software support. Facts. Facts. You just have to make sure you physically look after the hardware, minus the battery, which is not something you can really look after. So take advantage of the Apple battery exchange program. If you look after your iPhone, if it's a flagship model, you are guaranteed minimum 5 years of software updates. And that's the gold standard. That's what you pay for. And you've got the best in-store and online direct manufacturer, warranty and repair support compared to any other manufacturer alongside Samsung. So you pay for that. You don't have that, Google. Why is your device costing so much then? And then you're not putting features in there that should be in there in the arena that you're playing. Should your phones cost that much? You really have to be honest and look at yourself. But great effort. I do like the Pixel 4 XL. It looks decent. Techzilla, I want that 12 gig SKU. Yeah, 499 euros. It's gonna be cheaper with delivery. Live chat should let us chat vocally with you live. Yeah, it's true. Pixel, Ivan Ramos, and Pixel not getting original storage is trash. I completely forgot about that as well. I did mention that in my reaction video. I completely forgot about that as well. Guys, I don't want to sound like one of those people that doesn't want the Google Pixel 4 to succeed. I really do. I genuinely think they did their best job. But another reminder is the Pixel experience for photography was capturing your memories in full quality anytime and pulling them back. You've killed that feature. Why are you then charging more? Why are you not giving more storage to compensate? What is your end game? It was a great stream, but I have to go now. Already 9. Yeah, dude, thank you so much. Sorry you didn't get notified. Sorry it started a bit later. Other stuff and whatnot. So I really appreciate you coming. Max, have a good one. Especially the iPhone and Galaxy phones have it because they use the high efficiency image codec. Yeah. Byte review, I did the same. Haha, nice. 5 year support is insane. I picked up an iPhone SE recently and it runs fine on iOS 11, iOS 13. And that's a phone, the iPhone SE was 2016, summer, April. 4 years in. And SE still running the latest version of iOS. And it will at least have that support for 1 more year until maybe Apple decide to tank it the year after. I'm surprised that I can get unlimited storage, uncompressed photos with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but you can't with the new Pixel. Guys, this is not a Pixel bashing session, but when you jump into this price arena, I keep saying it, price is the forgiving factor. When you jump into this price arena, you are going to get slaughtered on petty things that you do not include. Google as a brand, you're massive. You carry that name. But in the mobile space, why? I think Pixel is a beta tested. Oh, come on. It's not. Forget the beta test. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying any beta stuff. That was what the Nexus was for. If it's beta, then charge less. No, it's not a beta product. They're bringing it out as a finished juggernaut phone. That's what they believe. It's not a beta product. I'm not buying that at all. No. They don't get a pass. You've been doing this since 2016 and you had the Nexus program from before. That is not a beta phone. That is a finished product. You're going to get treated as such. Galaxy Fold, Mate X, Xiaomi Mi Mix Alpha, they are alpha to beta products, not the Pixel 4. Nah, not having it. Now, I believe Google could have done better with the Pixel 4 series, but they chose not to. And choosing not to is the question of why are your phones costing this much? Glenn, the only issues I have with the iPhone high efficiency image codec images stored in Google Photos is that some of them are compressed and lose quality despite Pixel was supposed to be Google's iPhone. No? Thank you. Said it there, right there, by review, Tom. Again, tonight's live stream is brought to you in 4K UHD, so click that gear icon and watch it in 1440p if you've got the bandwidth, and also 2160p 4K UHD. Guys, I always love my Tech and Chill sessions with you due to technical reasons, because my tethering on mobile internet, as great it is, didn't want me to be great to collab with my other, content creator buddies. Go follow Damian Wild. Please go watch Ryan Thomas's review on the Realme X2 Pro. It's a sleeper hit. I'm going to link it in the description below as well. Again, watch out for the cut down series for the week. I might not do a cut down of the Pixel because I did a reaction video to the Pixel. So I'll probably do a cut down episode of the Realme X2 Pro and the last topic on the Google security. There is going to be a playlist. There is a playlist for the cut down series, so they're all condensed. You'll get an upload throughout the week. And hopefully look out for an impromptu kind of review or my thoughts on the OnePlus 7T since using it from launch. So I'm probably going to do an impromptu one like I did with the OnePlus 6T, which I think a lot of people liked. So look out for that during the week. I'm going to try and really push that out because I love this phone. I really love this phone. Oh, man. Any other questions? Okay, so Glenn, Dave Voice, I've not had that issue yet. We'll look at it. I'll send you some to show and see what I mean. Yeah, Dave is the photography and the video guy. Like he's even way ahead of me, man. I'm not even on Dave's level, so I trust what you're saying, bro. Deepak Mathi, Google doesn't listen to their consumers. People want ultra wide and they give us a telephoto. Why? Just give us both. The argument for this year, and we talked about the argument for this year, is it's not about one or the other. We can have both. We can have both. Simple. It shouldn't be either or anymore. That was 2-3 years ago. We can have both. Simple as. Got Ryan's video on another tab. Great. No, the Pixel phone itself isn't a beta device. I mean, it's used by Google to try out. Don't try stuff out like this at that price point. Try stuff like that at the price point that the Mate X, the Galaxy Fold, the Mi Mix Alpha, those phones get those passes because they're trying to break boundaries. That's not a breaking boundaries phone for it to be charged at that price to try anything. I know this is why I'm going in a bit hard on it. No, there's no try when OnePlus with the 7T were the first to bring out Android 10. So what's now your reason to say we're doing it to try the latest version of Android when OnePlus beat you to the latest version of Android? What are you really trying to bring? I guess features like transcribe with the new recorder is impressive. Great. What else? I'm waiting. I genuinely need to be impressed. Nah. other OEMs. OnePlus beat them to it. Yeah, they will have to make a Pixel. The Pixel 4a is going to be their only saving grace, just like it saved the Pixel 3. The Pixel 3a, the A series is what saves the image of the Pixel series. Because the flagships just aren't really in that ballpark. They're not playing that game. They're not playing that well. No. I think they have to. If they don't, that's going to be a disaster flop for them. It's going to be a disaster if they don't bring out Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4a and the Pixel 4a XL. Mouthful. I feel bad. I feel bad for Google. I'm worried, but I need to test it because if the phone is more than the sum of its parts, I would defend it to the core. I'm being serious. I will defend it to the core. If the Pixel 4 XL, especially, is more than the sum of its parts, I will defend that phone. And I want to defend that phone because that display is impressive. Android 10 is impressive. The specs internally are a bit more impressive. I would still like to know if officially is using UFS 3.0 or 2.1, which they didn't state. Dude, did you not see that OnePlus actually bought Android 10 before Pixel? Like, did you not watch the event? The OnePlus 7T officially is the first phone to have Android 10 out of the box. The original Android Twitter verified handle tweeted this. I'm going to show you this, Techzilla. I'm going to find the tweet for you. I had it bookmarked. There, right here. 26th of September. Right here. The original verified Twitter handle says Android. The new OnePlus 7T is the first device to ship with Android 10. It's helpful, secure, and a 10 out of 10. Android 10 forward slash OnePlus 7T. With Google services as well. 2,800 milliamp hour battery for a flagship device. Although I am a huge fan, I'm a fan of the idea of the Pixel. I'm happily rocking the iPhone 11 Pro Max, battery champ, iPhone 11, and OnePlus 7T. Oh, man, you smacked it. That those are the three best phones you can get. Feels a shame that they don't they don't all out at once. Pixel 4. No, it's fine. I think it's smart to break up 6 months. I think it's smart. I think it's smart to do it 6 months. It's, there's an element of marketing. Google will be fine. Hardware is not their bread. Cool if you think so. When they're playing in Android arena. I saw OnePlus bring, but my question is how. This is the case. This is the case. So then, what argument do you make for the Pixel line in terms of it being the first to have the latest version of Android and the latest features? You can't really make that argument anymore. Guys, iPhone 11 cameras are superb. Battery life is amazing, especially the Pro Max. The Pro Max batteries on steroids. Who's going to prefer the Pixel 4 over the iPhone 11? In the UK, the normal Pixel 4 is better value than the iPhone 11. So I would actually recommend the normal Pixel 4 over the iPhone 11. In the UK, it's £50 cheaper. You get a way better display, faster charging out of the box, and Android 10 to me is a better software. Before I got the Pixel 3a XL, I thought it would not be very good. Got my hands on it and it wasn't. Yeah. So the specs on paper don't always show how good the user. This is exactly what I mean. We just have to hope that the user experience, especially on the Pixel 4 XL, is more than the sum of its parts. Then I'll defend it. But at the moment, it's a phone that gives me anxiety. It tears me into two. The downside of the 7T for me is that it's fine. The 128 is fine. I mean, unless you want to import it from India. India have it in 256, but it's no biggie. 128 is fine. For the price point, 128 is fine. Honestly, unless you want to import it from India, I think they did the best of both worlds. They looked at it. 8 gig RAM is going to make the phone last long, the most popular storage people want is 128 gig. At that price point, 256 is fine. You can forgive it, unless you're gonna import the 256 option from India. It's all good, bro. It's not that deep. Right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions, people? Yep, yep. So the vibration motor internally is bigger than the 7. The haptics on the 7T are impressive. Now, they're not as impressive as the 7T Pro and the 7 Pro, but it's bigger than the 7. You notice the difference. It's pretty much, you won't feel like it's anything less than what you got on the 7 Pro and the 7T Pro. The haptics, I oh I've been kissing this phone all night. This is the last of the great flat screen display phones. The last of the great flat screen display phones. Woo. OnePlus 7T, baby. Frosted silver. Favorite phone of the year. Not because it's perfect, but it focuses on all the right things. All the right things. And it does it so well. Tom, Bite Review, we'll catch up. Dude, thank you so much, man. You really, really engaged in the chats, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. It feels slightly weaker, but it's still good. Yeah. It's impressive. Guys, Tech and Chill Show is done and dusted. Right. Guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining. Again, watch out for the Cut Down series. Replay crew, shout out to you. Come and join and make sure that you watch it in 4K UHD. Best quality possible. Hope the audio was good. Watch out for the Cut Down series for the cut down and condensed versions of the topic throughout the week. Love you all. Peace. And have a great week. And enjoy the rest of your weekend off. Peace.